So, screen screen's looking great today. This is what you come here for, right? This high quality green screen. All right, so today's video, we're watching a gold tank. I forgot what they're playing. They're on Reinhardt right now, as we can see with the, I don't know, I can't, the direction's off. There we go, playing Reinhardt. You can see by the gold hammer right here. All right, this is a 40-minute game. That should summarize this whole thing. A little bit of they want to know some advice. Their teammates are saying to them, Rein, make up your mind, or make up your mind as a tank. So this is a good game to watch, because not only is it a 40-minute Nambani game, you know, the tank wants a little bit of help. So we're gonna see what happens. Sub to the YouTube if you haven't. It's time. All right, a 40-minute game. Like I said, you don't see this too often. Cardboard Rein, this is a pretty good start. So I would be pretty careful of, so it's very interesting. And I want to showcase something here, because I want to show why. Now keep in mind, I always talk about this right now. I understand where teams hold is going to be a lot different than in top 500. So I'm only showing you why you'll see top 500 games play further back. And I don't expect that to, like, you know, listen, I understand playing a little bit closer in certain ranks. So this isn't about, like, shifting up the strategy of this. Is more explaining why. The high ground here is so dominant on both sides. At the moment, the team has to push down the middle, which a lot of teams will funnel this way. You have two parts of the map and the ability to retake the point easier. As you can see, there's just so much availability back here. When you play close, like really close, it almost kind of limits how many team fights you can have here. It's basically just almost like a one and done at this point once you're here, where they can just win a team fight and that's it. Here, they can get an early pick, but they have to kind of get through this crossfire, get through like these different areas of the map. When you play this close in here, it's like an all-in strategy, and that's that. So that's kind of why, you know, that's kind of why it's set up that way. I think it's like gold 4 or something. Falling back here was good. I'm happy with that. Remember, this is a long game. So at some point there, you need to just like commit to getting your shield back to full rather than kind of sit in the middle. I talk about this all the time. Why are you standing in the middle of the open here when you want to spend the majority of the time playing around corners here to limit how much damage output you have? You're just kind of basically saying, hey, listen, here's my shield. Now do as much damage as you can. And just like that, on the D.Va. Already on the D.Va. Yeah, this isn't my chat, and I just switched to D.Va after first point. Chat, would you spam an exclamation point D.Va? Okay? Doesn't work that way. Speaking of rank games, chat, for anybody watching this, the third channel, we are uploading rank games on there too if you want to watch some games. Top 500 rank games. Here we go. So what? Okay, what is your play here? I'm really curious, because you just stood here in the middle of the ground. Well, even if nothing's happened, and these are the moments where like that extra second of like map control can just win to a, oh yeah, big slam. Did I miss a big slam? Oh, they switched up big slam. Okay. The extra moment you're up on high ground can save your teammate. It could put you in a better spot. It could put you in these situations that help your teammates a lot more. Instead, you kind of just stood on the low ground and just waited. And then you go up there and take maximum amount of damage. Like, you have to kind of make, in between these team fights, doing what you're doing right now will not be advantageous to your team. I'm gonna give this one more team fight, because I want to see what you do on this retake. I want to see like what you're doing. I'm not giving up. Because there could be something that you work on here that I think could help you already. Yeah, your booster cooldown is really quick. So I'm a little bit curious as to why you're not using your booster right now. Because you can just boost out of spawn, and then you're going to get there a lot sooner. So, I need you to, when you play D.Va, you don't have to wait to use your flight. That cooldown is up frequently. You can use that to get out of spawn. I'm watching it right now. You haven't used it once. And maybe you're waiting on your team, etc., but you can still use it. Like, just to get out of spawn. You gotta look at your HP next time. That's your teammates. You had super low HP. All right? And when you have super low HP like that, as fun as it is to dive, give it a second to get healed up, because your teammates obviously are gonna have that increased, are also gonna have that increased, like, timing on there. They're gonna heal you up pretty quickly, so don't go in and feed right away. Which is kind of what's happening so far. All right, so you have your ult coming up. I want you to be decisive about this next play you're gonna make. Okay? We still gotta see the boosters. Actually, that's actually a good ult check. Wait, I didn't get the Lucio. I thought it was gonna be in a perfect spot. Well, that was certainly a start to this game. I will tell you that much. That was certainly a start. Okay, back to Reinhardt. I'm gonna give it 1 second here before I kind of go into a little bit more of a, to kind of show you what I think you're doing. Also, you're not out of spawn yet. To how I feel you're playing. Now, granted, I want to give it a little bit of time on attack and see what you're doing, and then we'll go from there. What is going on? Kung Fu, thanks for the feature prize. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. What is going on right now? Okay, a little bit more definitive on what you want to do here. I like this. Well, that worked at least. To an extent. I see this happen all the time. If you have the point and you have the point control, what is the one thing that you don't want to do? Feed in. That's it. Your team, the equivalent of what you just did, is the same thing that would happen if you stood on the point. If you stood on the point, their team has to jump onto the point and go in one by one. Instead, you go, you know what would really help even up the odds here for the other team? If I charge in. And honestly, you're lucky you even got the echo. I'm gonna be real with you. You're lucky you even got the echo. So, like, to be able to get the echo there was miraculous to begin with. Just stay on the point. You're gonna get the point. That's it.
Emongg blankies.
That's it. Nice follow-up on the Moira. Stay point. Shatter Winston if you want to. Nope, don't have to. Nice job. Stay point. Just stay point. You can get the limbs right after. Nice. Okay, now you can go charge if you want. There you go. Charge that Zen. Charge the Zen you just looked at. Yeah, that you did see a Zenyatta. You were correct in thinking there's a Zenyatta behind you. There is a Zenyatta there. You did see that Zen. They are there. You got this. Yeah, there they are. Okay, here we go. What's your play here? Good job. Your team has that. Good call out. Good ping. Good job not over-committing to this. I'm okay with this so far. What's your next play? That Zen survive? I know the Zen ulted, but the big slam! Come on, you got him! Worth! You know what? Honestly, I take those. Honestly, I take those. I get the Zen out of your spawn. We take those. Okay, what's your hero selection now? You're going through the... Ooh, Hog. Okay, you've landed on Hog here as your hero. Let's see. Break the bubble. Good job. Always break the Winston bubble. Something that people do, and I want to kind of like I'm going to talk about it for a second because this happens so much when I play games, etc. Just kill the bubble. There are so many times where somebody else in the team expects you to kill the bubble or somebody to kill the bubble. All I'm saying is this. Kill the bubble, that team loses a ton more value than if you run into the bubble and try to get them. Granted, I will run into the bubble sometimes. This is all dependent if it's a 1v5, 2v5, etc. But like when they have their whole team there, just break the bubble. It gets rid of that value. It takes 2 seconds. Nice hook. I'm okay with this. That's a situation where the Winston got full value out of that bubble and might get out.
Happy 8 months.
Oh, no, nice hook.
I hope you're having a good
Never mind.
day, sir.
Good luck. There's the bubble. Now they're going to use that bubble to survive. And they're going to get killed here, but like, do you see what I'm saying? So I'm going to talk about your playstyle a little bit because I think this is a good opportunity to do this. So give me 1 second here. I think this is a good time for the green screen. So we've seen your playstyle, right? Like that's been one of the issues that you've ran into. And you had mentioned that they said to you like make up your mind on what you want to do, etc. Here's how you're playing tank right now. And this is where you want to I can give you a little bit of advice on how to play the tank here. This is how you play tank. You ready? Anything's happening. Team fight just started. Team fight just ended. Nothing's happening. This is you as a tank. Okay. So what's the problem here? You're spending time doing absolutely nothing. So one thing I want you to improve on is rather than just sit there and do absolutely nothing and basically be indecisive on what you're doing, have a set, in between each team fight, have a set idea of what you want to do. Okay, you want to push the cart? Fine. You're pushing the cart right now. That's fine. But you're defaulting to this. Sometimes you want to go for high ground. Okay, you won the team fight. Okay, I'm going to take high ground. I may not use the high ground, but I'm going to do something in between the team fights. Okay, I have to back up. Am I going to stand in the middle of the point as a Ryan shield and just go like this? Hi, everybody, having a good day? No, back away to a wall. Always have a set idea of what you want to do, so that way you're being decisive, and then you'll the more you minimize that indecisiveness, the better you'll play as a tank, right? Ever play, this is me when I'm not playing my best in Overwatch. I want to go, no, I got to go back this way. I got to help. What happens to me is I'll become indecisive, and I just do 20 different things at once, and it doesn't go well. But if you decide to do one thing, and you commit to that idea, and then you make adjustments after that, it will be a lot better than either just standing still doing absolutely nothing, or trying to make 20 decisions at once. So if you become decisive on one thing, you'll get better at stuff. So always come up with a goal for yourself after each team fight. Even if it's just to push the cart, understand, okay, I want to position myself here. If they go for me in the cart, I'm going to go here. Start doing that, you'll improve a lot. Right now, you're doing nothing in between each team fight. So you're relying on something else to happen in the game, and because you're not being proactive, you're not doing anything. And that's what we've seen so far through this whole game, is you're just sitting there. So, be more decisive. How you do that? Set a goal for each team fight. Back to you, me. Thank you for that, I appreciate it. All right, let's see. What rank is this? Gold. All right, so what are you gonna do here? What's your plan? You got the point, nice job. You're gonna ult right up, you're gonna ult. Okay, so. You ever seen the meme, so I just started blasting? That's what you just did right there. What were you ulting? You walked out of spawn and hit your ult button. Right? Like, you need to get out of spawn doors, see what's happening for a second, and then ult. You literally just hit the ult button. I mean, in hindsight, it worked. They backed away, right? But like, I don't. You could have gotten so much more value out of that. Because he keeps flicking and missing his shots, and that happens. I mean, you'll notice that sometimes I don't really hard focus on that sometimes, because like, I think we all have moments with aim where we just miss, or we just don't have the best game with that. So like, you can always work on that and focus on that, but other stuff in the game will also help you get better. So, like if you have 100 shots and you miss 99 in front of them, you're probably going, okay, you know what, I probably need to improve on that a little bit, right? You know what I mean? Like that will come with time, with the practice, but this stuff is stuff that you can learn through it, so. Do you see this, by the way? Do you see the indecisiveness you have here? Now, don't get me wrong, you made a good play in that Hanzo, but do you see kind of how, like, you're not sure what you want to do, so you just keep doing the same default to head into the cart? You don't really care if they're high ground, you're not trying to go for, like, certain maps control, you're just sitting here. You see this? Look at all the space you're giving this team right now to walk out of those doors. Now, granted, you might watch me do this, right? One thing that's cool about the spectating is I can watch this too and go, okay, you know what? I do that sometimes still. I should probably get off the cart a little bit less. You know what I'm saying? And you got the point. There you go. Plenty of time left in this game, Chad. Don't you worry. We got 30 minutes left on this doozy. We got 30 minutes left. Don't you worry. All right, I see you're ready to use your shield. You just want to hit your buttons to hit your buttons? Behind you. You don't know this. I don't expect you to know the Zen's there, by the way, because obviously they made no noise. I just saw that. I was like, oh, behind you. The question I have is, what made you want to go Ramattra here? Because there was nothing on the other side of things where I said, okay, Ramattra should be the play here. You got to be something, by the way, in these situations, you got to go something quick to get back to the point. I know your teammates are getting the limbs and are probably going to be able to touch the point right now, but you also need to think about, like, this point needs to be touched. I can't... Is that just a shield spot you put a shield at for no reason? And you just... See, you're doing this thing, like, you see that rotation you just did? You did the same exact thing last time, but there was no rhyme or reason as to why you did it. Also, good job touching point last second. Like, there was no rhyme or reason as to why you threw the vortex there. The shield I can maybe do, but you're doing the same thing. Okay, point. Break the bubble, break the bubble, break the bubble. Nice job. Okay, that's the first step. Okay, now, where are they gonna come from? Main. Put a vortex main, where the Mercy just came from. Don't put it where the Mercy is. Put it where the Mercy just came from. Right around the corner. Break the bubble. Good job. Throw a vortex at the corner right there. You throw a vortex right at the corner. They're not there, and we can see that. But what this does is this basically zones out an area, and it essentially guarantees you the point. So if you're willing to throw a vortex randomly at a wall, then throw a vortex right around the corner. Also, you know they're flanking. Ping it aggressively more if they're not doing anything. I think you're communicating with your teammates in this one, but they are flanking.
Join me in defending the payload.
You know, I respect the attempt. You know, listen, sometimes you have an idea, and it's... You know what? Like, I see the vision. You know what's funny? Is I see the vision there, though. I know what they're going for. I just didn't go as planned. Great Carnage takes the 28 months to Features Press. Thank you. Appreciate it. Like, I see the vision, you know? Good job on Nemesis form. You do have a 3v3 on cart, and you know this. But you gotta worry about behind you in a second. Honestly, them going for your backline is helping you a ton right now. No. Don't. I see what you're trying to do there, but I think you need to... I would rather you shield in front of you. Yo. Nemesis form. Oh, that was way too close. Don't ult yet. You don't have to ult yet. You don't have to... Do you see what I'm talking about here? Where, like, you because you're being so indecisive on what you want to do, I'm telling you right now, you have two styles of gameplay right now that I'm watching. You stand there and don't do anything, or you just start blasting. There hasn't been, like, that, like, kind of consistency to that. It's been either I stand there and do absolutely nothing and just chill, or I just start blasting. And that's basically what we've seen. And that's been the two styles we've seen. Finding a good balance of that can be good, but, like, there's not even a balance of that, right? Like, you want to shield them off, but what is this shield going to do value-wise to you? There you go. Perfect. Drop that shield. Don't worry about them. Don't even worry. Just, you now have numbers. Your team has numbers. What is that going to... here's the good news. I think you're in a spot where a lot of this is going to come down to just like fixing your decision making. I think a lot of it's going to come down to fixing your decision making. If you do that, you're going to be in a good spot. It's just going to take some time. All right, let's continue on. Don't worry, Terry. We got 20 minutes left.
Do not take everything from them.
You're playing close again. Be careful. You're in the middle of the open again. You're gravitating towards that middle. Put it. Honestly, at that point, that's I'm 50-50 on that one. I think it's okay. Okay, we did our rotation of cooldowns with no rhyme or reason to them. You just... Oh, nice job with the Sigma there. That was unbelievable. I don't know how you managed that one. You know what, chat, honestly, this might be a hot take, but I'm still okay with this because you have plenty of time on that time pool. The problem is that I still feel like you're just using your abilities as you're just hitting the buttons for fun. Like right there. What you're not you're okay. Stop using your abilities just to use your buttons. Right now, what you're doing is you're just using an ability to use an ability, and that is that. That is all you're doing right now. And because of that, you're getting stuck in this situation where you're not getting any value out of what you're doing. You're just throwing a cooldown to throw a cooldown, and it stops at that. His APM's off the charts, though. I mean, the problem is they just want to hit buttons. It's like there's no rhyme or reason as to why you're using the ability. And I don't expect it to be like perfect every single time. Like even when I'm playing Overwatch, like I'll spam my buttons randomly and I won't get any value with it. Then that's fine, right? But you want to minimize how much you're doing that. And right now you're just hitting your buttons to hit your buttons. Like there's no rhyme or reason as to why you're using that. You're just hitting the buttons. So remember, when you use your cooldowns, I want you to focus on why you're using your cooldown. All right, you saw an Echo fly by you and you pump Nemesis form. So that is an example of a situation where you wouldn't want to use your Nemesis form right away because the Echo is going to have the mobility to get away from you. And this is why I'm glad you're hitting your buttons. We have games where people will not use their abilities. But now you're just using your abilities to use the abilities, but you don't have a reason behind it. You're just hitting a button to hit a button.
I'm here.
Take everything from them.
There you go. I like the Nemesis form. That was good. Winter, thanks for 29 months. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Put them in the ground. You may not be so fortunate next time.
Hey, you got an ult out. I'm okay with that. Just block on point. They're going to get you anyway, so just do not ult. Okay, so you ulted right there. I was actually so happy with how you were playing that and then you hit your ultimate button. That's a situation where you need to recognize the team fight that's happening when you pop your ultimate like that. So yeah, no. You gotta, in that situation, blocking on the point, fine. But remember, your ultimate is going to be a key part to winning the game. And when you use your ultimate like that, this is how you end up with these like 40-minute games when the ult usage is exactly what I'm seeing right now. Your teammates are popping ultimates at like random. So you gotta try to, in these situations, realize that your ult stacks can probably win the game for you. Or at the very least, make it so the last team fight is going to be a really even one. So in these situations, try not to just try to run at them and use your ult. And your team is doing that right now, by the way. And keep in mind, I'm okay with this to an extent because winning the team fight is important. But the other team is going to now have a huge ult advantage, which could be a thing. So. Clap, thanks for the 3 months of the feature sprout. So thank you, appreciate it. Thanks for 3 months. So. Alright, so this is the next step we want to talk about. Your tunnel visioning. I've now watched you see an Echo about 3 or 4 times, and you went out there and started blasting. It's a play style we've talked about, where you just started blasting. And that's what happens. That's why you need to try to focus a little bit more on what you're doing in those situations, rather than just go out there and do what you just did. It's the same repeat thing you're doing, so I think when you watch this back, you'll start to recognize where you're going with the gameplay, and now you're on Zarya. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, so Zarya. Watching your bubble usage right now, so I'm kind of watching bubble usage. I'm okay with that. Bubble. Good bubble again. Nice job. Good bubble usage so far. I'm watching the bubbles because there's a reason on this one. So I want to talk about this very quickly because I actually liked your bubble usage. No, I do understand the bubbles. That was good bubbles. Do you see what happens when you have a bit more of a reason behind your ability usage and what it's leading to you for, like, doing well there? That's what I'm talking about. That was a great usage of bubbles, and you won the team fight, and you got value. Now think about this. Now, imagine this is the equivalent of, let's say you were playing Ramatra right now, but, okay, well, we'll use Zarya as an example here. You play Zarya like you played Ramatra, and you just spam your bubbles, right? And you just spam your bubbles over and over again. That was good bubble usage, which led to a good result. If you can take that same idea and apply it to the other heroes you're playing, that will be a lot better. And you were decisive about going for high ground against the Sigma. You didn't get indecisive and you kind of just stopped there. You see the difference in gameplay there? So, yeah. That Hog is trying to hook something off the map, I think. Okay. I'm staying on cart's fine right now. I'm still waiting. Staying on cart now. Now, this is where you run into the issue of, like... Alright. I'm fine with you on cart here. I'm fine with you on cart. I want you to stop doing this, though. Because you're doing this a lot. And I know that, like, a lot of time it'll be fine. But I want you to stop just standing on top of the cart like this. Like, just don't do that. You can be right here. You can be right here. You can be right... kind of like right here. You can be anywhere but standing on top of the cart. You never know. As Zenyatta peeks the corner and almost one-shots you, and Soldier 76 hits the helix, you fall over immediately because you're just standing still. So, I want you to get out of the habit of just, like, standing on top of the cart, kind of almost like just be wary of that. Alright? Be wary of that. You see how you're focusing on looking at your teammates for a bubble there? And, like, you're looking to use a good bubble? This is kind of what I'm referring to, is, like, you're using your abilities much better on Zarya right now, and this is what you need to do on the other heroes you're playing. This is a great example because clearly, like, when it comes to cooldown usage, you understand that on Zarya, which means that when you watch back this VOD of yourself playing and you see what you're doing on other heroes, you go, okay, wait a second. My bubble usage, or my ability usage is not good in these heroes, but, like, I'm looking at the Zarya gameplay, and it's actually fairly solid, and you're using your bubbles, you know, fairly well. You're going to have a couple bubbles here and there that aren't good. Like, that happens on anybody playing Zarya. There'll be one person watching right now. What do you mean? I play Zarya. I never have any bad bubbles. Nice job. Not bad. All right, good job. I mean, honestly, like, I'm happy with that whole sequence, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, yeah, there's a couple bubbles here, a couple bubbles there, but, like, I think, like, overall, that was a great sequence. Nice job. But that was good usage. It's 9-6 right now. Or 6-9, depending on what team. Oh, really? I imagine that. Yeah, it's probably, that sounds like it will be quite a while. How many acres is that, Kratz, that you would have to do that on? All right, here we go. Remember, they do have a better comp now, so if you decide to swap off here to, like, let's say D.Va or something, I'm okay with that swap. I've seen you go D.Va before. If you decide you want to go D.Va here, people are going to go, they have a Zarya. I always want to point this out. You're not 1v1 in the Zarya. You're not 1v1 in the Zarya. You're helping with other stuff. Okay, Ramatra. Let's see how this goes. And here we go again. Okay, so this is what I mean. Pretend that Vortex is a Zarya bubble. Would you use your Zarya bubble like that? You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm referencing here. Okay, here we go.
I am not beaten
The Ramattra swap is interesting to me because I feel like I don't know why you're going Ramattra against their comp, but I'm also gonna like kind of watch it because like, listen, I will play heroes that are not as optimal as they could be in that exact situation. There's a reason as to why I'm going that hero. Maybe Ramattra is a comfort trick for you in overtime. Maybe you like the idea of having Ramattra in these closer type games, and there's a reason behind it. I still think it can be a bit tougher to get the value here because you're trying to spend so much time going for the Pharah, and you're just going to end up shooting a cooldown rotating Orisa, which can be a bit difficult at that point. So yeah. Here we go. That was a play. I really need you to stop going for the flying targets as a Ramattra. Unless they're on the ground. This is what I mean. Are you like this is what I'm trying to like showcase in this video for you. I want you to really focus on this because I really feel that if you can get better at your ability usage, you're going to see yourself play so much better. You're just all right, here we go. It's an overtime. You do not have to rush in here and like just feed. Here we go. I'm okay with this ult. I want you to know, chat, I'm okay with this ult. Win or lose here, I'm okay with this. Now I'm not okay with it. Don't overpush this. You don't. Okay, I need to pause for a second. Listen, your Ramattra ultimate is so strong in overtime. You have a 3-second timer where that if they're in there, and I think it lasts for like 15 seconds. Maybe it's 20 seconds. I forgot the exact timer. You can just sit in the cart, and they have to sit on the cart. The Orisa has to stay there. Your ult's gonna get value. The only thing you can do there that's gonna be a bit of a mistake is overpush into them, and that's exactly what you did. You don't want to do that. You want to play to the strengths of what your ult's gonna bring you there. Rushing at a charged Sojourn is not gonna be the play for you there. You want to stay on the cart. You can also use cover on the cart right here, and you can still keep them in line of sight. Instead, you push to the one hero that can absolutely destroy you, and that's why you're back to spawn. So you got to be careful of that, of over pushing it, right? Oh, Winston now. We're seeing all the tanks today. Oh, what is the, why Winston? Like, what is the, what? Now keep in mind, by the way, when I ask the question of why Winston, I'm not going, why Winston? What are you doing? Right? This is more along the lines of like, I want you to think about why you're going a hero in each situation, and that will help you make these hero swap decisions each time you do that. You get what I'm saying? This is more about like looking at it and go, okay, this is why I went Winston, but now you can see like, for example, I would have went Diva. Now, granted, that's the Mysterious tank. Exactly. Granted, I would have went Diva. Now, that's obvious. That's why we have an exclamation point Diva command. But it's a good comp to go Diva against because you're able to take away so much of the value, and then in overtime, you're going to get a lot more value out of that, right? So, anyway. Oh, well, I mean, I didn't get to see it from that point of view, but yeah, Winston was going to be a tough pick here. Don't worry, chat. It looks like we're going 9-9 on this one. It's 9-9. We got 5 minutes left. On to Reinhardt.
Almost 50 months of learning from Emong's reign, and I'm almost plat tank.
And you know the best part was you started in GM. That's the better part. Because if you're learning from my Ryan, I don't know what you're learning. What rank is this? Gold. Rocks, thanks for the tributes. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. But Bingo Friday isn't a thing. Honestly, chat, why am I happy with this first point right here? Chat will know why. It's been a long game, but why am I happy?
Oh, what a beautiful Bingo Friday game this would have made. We would have checked off 100 boxes, but unfortunately it's not Friday, but in the spirit of Christmas, it should be Bingo Friday.
Bingo Friday isn't a thing. They didn't charge to this wall here, chat. They didn't charge to this wall. See? They stayed on the point. And look what happened. The team couldn't retake. It was a good play. See? That is making a good adjustment. We'd like to see that. We'd like to see that. All right? Here we go. Oh, nice fire strike. Okay, so in this situation, do not jump on top of the cart and stand. I want you to get out of this habit right here of just jumping on top of the cart and standing there. There is zero reason to do that. Now, granted, you will see me do this on stream, and you go, well, I watch you play your top 500 rank games, and you stand on top of the cart. You're right, I do. I'm not saying it's a good play. Just means I can talk to chat, and the cart will push me, so it's a great timing. All right, let's go back.
Love the content. Happy holidays.
Okay, never mind. You know what? You can stand on the cart all day. If that's what you're gonna do, I'll let you stand on the cart. Listen, they listened, and that's what happened. I guess I should have just. Apparently, they listened. No, never mind. Just stand on that cart. Never mind. Could have absolutely easily touched the point. I love how we just had this whole discussion about not standing on top of the cart like that and then immediately stand on top of the cart. And they just get off the cart immediately. All right, can you win this? Will you win this 40-minute game? We got Sigma now. All right, let's go. Honestly, I feel like you're just like spamming your keyboard, closing your eyes, and just choosing a random tank to play. At this point, I don't even know where we're at or why. But you know what? I respect it. We haven't seen Wrecking Ball.
Actuating the barrier.
Or Orisa. From this tank.
The barrier has fallen.
Oh, and Doom. And Doom. Yeah, Maga doesn't count for that one just because. Ooh, good start. Okay. I'm going to help you out a little bit here. I want to help you out just a little bit on this map, so I'll pause in a second here. I'm going to pause for 1 second before we go here. I want you to stop defaulting to standing right here or standing right here. I want to see you go up here. I want to see you go up here. If you're going to play here, I want to see you back up to here, but I want you to stop defaulting to the middle of this point, just standing there. Remember that, the green screen thing we had earlier? If you just stop defaulting to the middle of the point right here. This is the only spot where they're going to get full value against you. Play here. Heck, play here if you need to. But do not stand in the middle of the open like you have been. Stop making that a default thing you do on Nabani. Here we go. All right, you know their left side. You're doing it again. Look where you're defaulting to. I don't mind that shield, though. Blocks off main. I'm okay with that. Remember, they do have an angle on you, though. All right. There are other teammates there. I'm fine with you going to the hog for now. Widow. Nice. Let's go. Hey. There we go. They got the dub. A 10-9 victory, chat.
Such is the penalty.
A 10-9 victory. It happened. They won the game. We watched a 40-minute ranked game of whatever we just watched. But they won the game. They won the game. So, just to summarize very quickly, I really, really, really want you to work on your cooldown usage on every hero you play, and I want you to stop defaulting to the middle of the open. It is the same thing you see on every hero. You know how you played on Zarya? Bring that same type of cooldown usage and play style to your other tanks, because I feel like you would benefit from that greatly, and you would play a lot more. So you're just very indecisive, and I think you can fix a lot of that indecisiveness by just kind of giving yourself small little goals in between each team fight, and giving yourself more opportunity just to not spam abilities. All right? So that's my take on that one. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, sub to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't. A lot of awesome videos on there. The third channel is now uploading ranked games pretty much every day, so if you like ranked games, make sure to check out that channel. Second channel is reacts and like play the game stuff. First channel, if you're subbed to this and watching the channel, you know what's on here a lot of the time. Also, if you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. You'll see my Discord. If you join my Discord, you can do that there. Follow everything in the description, though, because if you follow everything in the description, that means you'll follow everything. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat right there. So stop by. We have a lot of fun. With that being said, hope you have an amazing day/night. Good to go.